all for coming today. I would like to welcome you to the Seesaw teacher training. So again, it should look like this when you log in. It's called the K2 Seesaw Staff Development, and I'll post the code back up here again for you. So the code is at the bottom. It's AQAZBI. The Google Classroom is going to be filled with a ton of resources that you can use later on. The question that 8 of us have replied, we have 0 that have never heard of Seesaw. We have 4 that have heard about Seesaw but have never used it. 4 that have used Seesaw but they need more training. And 0 that is super familiar with the class. So I'm excited that this means you're going to learn a lot of things today. And what the goals are today is we're going to learn what Seesaw is, why we should use Seesaw, the basic components of Seesaw. We're actually going to be a student, so you'll experience it just like a student. And I'm going to have you upload photos, use voice recordings, and even look at the drawing app. We're also going to then create a classroom. And I know several of you have told me that you have already created a classroom. That is fine. I will then take you a step further and we're going to learn how to use it. And I'm gonna give you a ton of Seesaw ideas to use in your classroom. And then we're going to actually explore a Getting Started guide. And I'm going to talk to you about how to use Seesaw to connect with families and home. So let's jump right in. What is Seesaw? Seesaw is a student-driven digital portfolio. For years, we've been using portfolios and collecting paper information. Now we can use it digitally and students can help us create their own portfolio. It empowers students to create, reflect, share, and collaborate. And we know those are all the 21st century skills that we're looking for in students. It is also a safe spot. Nothing can be posted without teacher permission on this. You will receive every posting and you decide if it is a good thing to post or not. Seesaw also keeps family in the loop about their children's learning, and we'll get into that later on. You can send announcements and you can share private messages with students and families. The basics of Seesaw is that students just first make a post, the teacher sees the post, we have to approve or decline it, then families will be able to see it, then other classmates can see it, then classroom conversations start, family conversations start, and then the cycle continues and continues throughout the year. So the other great thing is I know I've had you bring iPads in your computer. Seesaw can work on any platform. It works on Apple, Android, Chromebooks, and any computer that has Chrome or Firefox as the web browser. We're going to jump right in and experience Seesaw as a student. At this point, I want everyone to use their iPads because that's how our students are going to be experiencing Seesaw. The first thing that you're going to see, well, if you click on it and you're not logged in, this is the first time you open it, you're going to see a page that looks like this. It says, I'm a teacher, I'm a student. But I know many of you have used it already. So if you've used it, you want to go to your gear icon. You then are going to click on your gear icon and you're going to log out. Did you find yours now? And then hit your gear. Perfect. Susan, did you get it? Mm-hmm. Perfect. Excellent. Now that we're there are 2 ways to sign in using Seesaw. One way is using a QR scanner, which we're going to use, and another way would be on the computer. So at everybody's table, I have already placed our classroom scanner. So all you have to do is hit log in as a student, hold your camera up, and it will automatically snap the picture for you and you'll be logged in. The next thing that you're going to see is when they open up the classroom, there is a green plus button. Anytime you see plus, that means that you are going to be adding something. So what I want everyone to do now is tap their green plus. There are many ways that students can share. The first option that we're going to explore with today is the photo. Thing that I want you to do as an assignment is take a selfie, or if you're very uncomfortable with it, you can take a picture of anything in the classroom that you would like to share about. Then it's as simple as tapping your photo, then you'll take your picture of whatever you want, and then you are going to tap the add text, hit the green check mark, find your name, and another green check mark. Go ahead and take photos. To look, and as a student now, you can now make comments on other people's posts. So think about how children could use this in their classroom, that if they posted some work, how would they write back to each other? So you simply just can click on the comment button under somebody's post and make a comment back to them. So click on your green plus button, choose a new tool that we have not used, and go ahead and post. We are going to stop. You did an awesome job posting, and we can take a look back at that again. I see that everybody has their laptops with them. I would switch in and use that. It's the easiest way to create a Seesaw classroom is using the computer. So the first thing that we're going to do as a teacher using a computer, you can just type in Seesaw and it will pull up. But we're going to go to app.seesaw.me. You are going to just simply use the plus button, the add button, anytime that you want to add something. It can be added to one student, it can be added for the whole class. But what I want you to use this time is I want you to use the note. We're going to type a welcome note to our students. Now, here's the next interesting thing is that we are kindergarten through second grade teachers. Many of our children struggle reading a welcome note. So I'm going to actually have you record your voice. You can type words. I have a play button. My students will be able to hear my voice, so you can type in a note. Once you type your note, it will ask to add voice. To quickly showing you some classroom examples. And then you can start working on how you can use this in your classroom. You can make some recordings privately at that time. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about here is creating digital citizenship with our students. We need to explicitly explain to them what it means to post out in the digital world at a young age. So Seesaw does a great thing. They have created 2 posters explaining this in very simple primary language. You are already going to be receiving a copy of these in just a minute in lessons on how to explicitly explain being a digital citizen and what that means. Here's the app smashing. All of these apps, I'm sure you're familiar with many of them. Shadow Puppets, the Chatter Pix is my favorite, as I said. The picture collage, My Story, that I know I have my children in first grade use. You can use all of them with Seesaw. And again, there are videos that explain how to do this, or if you need further help, please contact me. I'll be glad to come out and help you. Each child will get a personalized letter with their name on it, their personalized QR code. It is not the class code. The only access that families will have is to their child's learning journal. They do not get the classroom learning journal because, again, for safety reasons. Seesaw has created a whole plan for you to get started using this with your students. So inside of here, there is a 15-day lesson plan to show you how to do step-by-step instructions getting your students started.